It can be difficult to practice self-defense shooting techniques due to limitations we have at most gun ranges. But Kat and Whitney have some ideas. In this episode of Tips and Tactics, the mother-daughter training duo will explain a variety of shooting drills that will better prepare you when you need to use a firearm for self-defense.
So what should you be practicing at the range? Well, I'd like you to practice drawing from a holster, shooting on the move, and a variety of other techniques. Most ranges will not allow you to practice these skills unless in a structured class.
Indoor ranges offer climate-controlled shooting bays, while outdoor ranges offer a less confining experience. The more you vary your environment and drills, the better. Consider adding a few of these basic options to your regular range training.
Although there are a few options for low ready positions, let's just take a look at this one I like to call the active low ready. In this instance, you're keeping your arms at a 45-degree angle in a safe direction. I like to tell my students to pretend that there's a brick wall under this arm, that they cannot drop this firearm below this point. From this low ready position, you should be able to easily come right up on your target and come safely back down to low ready. Another drill you can practice is sight shooting with tunnel vision breaks. You'd simply come up from the low ready position onto your target, drop your rounds, take your finger off the trigger, come back down to low ready position, look right, look left, back to center, and up on your target to fire again. The key here is to challenge your mind with several tasks to remember. Another good drill to practice is one-handed shooting. Although I would also recommend you practice your non-dominant hand, let's just take a look at your dominant hand only for shooting one-handed. The way to get the proper direction for your hand is simply to hold the firearm as if you were pointing at somebody. Notice the inward cant of my hand when I'm doing this. So when I'm holding my firearm, instead of straight up and down, where recoil of the firearm would force my elbow to bend and possibly cause malfunctions, when I cant my hand inward ever so slightly, the recoil forces my shoulder to accept that movement. Now, one final detail. What do I do with my support hand to keep it out of the way? You simply will make a fist with your support hand. Lay it tightly over your chest, over your center of mass. It keeps that hand out of the way and also gives you one added layer of protection from incoming fire.
Consider having a friend load your magazines for you to vary the number of rounds, but also to incorporate a mixture of live ammo with snap caps. This will test your ability to adapt to unpredictable shooting sequences, perform quick mag changes, and safely clear any malfunctions. If you don't have a friend with you at the range, you can still vary the number of rounds you load in each magazine.
Practice to the point that these skills become muscle memory and second nature. In a life-threatening situation, the ability to perform under stress is vital. Challenge yourself by learning new skills and incorporating stress into your training.
Remember that regardless of what you're practicing, the NRA's rules for safe gun handling should always be applied.
Great advice, ladies. Like Whitney said, mixing up some non-live rounds like snap caps or dummy rounds with live rounds will help your training in a number of ways. This will help you learn how to quickly clear a malfunction, as Whitney demonstrated with the tap rack method. It also exposes if you are anticipating your shots. For example, if you have a dummy round in the chamber at the moment you press the trigger and your upper body moves forward, that means you are anticipating. If you find yourself doing this, make sure you keep practicing until you fix this bad habit. Remember, it's not about how much you practice, but the quality of your training. Be safe, be responsible, and I hope I see you at the range soon. I am Gaby Franco, and I'll see you next time in another episode of Tips and Tactics, sponsored by Cabela's Outdoor Fund.